Hello, Pisces, and welcome to this, your November 15th through November 30th reading and predictions. For those of you who are new here, a very warm welcome. And for those of you who are returning, thank you so much for continuing to support my little channel. I hope you'll all consider subscribing. Okay, let's get started, Pisces. Where are we going first? Let's go right here to the tarot. Let's have a quick peek into where you are at now, what is influencing you here as I sit and record this video in the middle of November 2023. How's everyone feeling? I know for the Americans, they've got a big holiday coming up in a couple of weeks, so hopefully everyone has all their plans in place for that. Oh. All right, for those of you who are new here, my name is Marnie and I also go by Intuitive Butterfly. I do not edit my videos. I expect authenticity from any readers that I go to see, and so that's what I put out in my videos. So you may hear me coughing, stumbling over my words, attempting to get cards off the floor that may have flown in that direction. It is what it is. What you see is what you get. Okay, so we're going to start off your reading here, Pisces, with the Five of Pentacles, with where you are at now. And the Five of Pentacles, any of the fives that come up in the tarot, are not necessarily positive omens. Most of the fives indicate a little bit of trouble brewing on the horizon, and the Five of Pentacles is no different. The Five of Pentacles is about financial or fiscal hardship, about things coming up pertaining to money that may be unexpected expenses. And this is also a card of perhaps not receiving as much as you had initially thought that was going to be coming towards you. So maybe you thought your paycheck was going to be bigger than it really is. Maybe there was supposed to be an inheritance coming towards you and that didn't manifest the way that you had anticipated. Any of these things are indicated by this Five of Pentacles, indicating that right now, as I'm recording this video here in the middle of November, you may be experiencing a little bit of financial turmoil in your life. So let's move on and see what else you are focusing on. Let's see if we can turn all of this around for you. What does the universe have Pisces focusing on? Oh, two cards came out there. What are the Pisceans focusing on for the latter half of November 2023? And we've got a couple more cards. Oh my goodness. Okay, so we've got the Eight of Winter, also known as the Eight of Swords, letting you know that you have what it takes. You have the Justice card coming out. Prince of Autumn, which is the Prince of Pentacles. And the first couple of cards that came out, we have the Renewal card and the Balance card. Wow. Out of 5 cards that jumped out, 3 of them are the Major Arcana. Interesting. Okay, so the very first card that we have here for you, Pisces, in what you are focusing on is the Renewal card. This card is a card indicating that you are coming to the end of a cycle. Something new is just on the horizon for you. You are about to begin a new cycle, and that's actually a really positive thing. But in order to be able to move forward into this new cycle, one of the things that needs to happen, and what this card refers to, is you need to review all of the details of the past several, do we want to say months or years? The past several years. This is the closing off of a cycle that's taken you between 3 to 5 years to get to where you're at now, where you feel like you're ready to move on into something new. It's a huge change and a huge shift for you. But before you actually take those steps to move into something new, this card is asking you to make sure that you review all of the details, look back at the last 3 to 5 years, and decide for yourself, Pisces, what served you, what worked for you, and what didn't. And anything that didn't work for you, be prepared to dismiss that and let it go. Which brings me to the balance card. Okay. The universe loves balance. They love everything to be in balance. And one of the things that the balance card asks us to do is ensure that we are balancing what's working for us and what's not working for us. And to leave stuff off the, if you've got stuff on your to-do list that is never ever going to get done, you might want to just scratch it off if you're never going to actually do it. If you honestly believe that you're going to actually eventually do those things, sure, leave them on your list. But eventually you need to have a balanced life. You also need to have a balanced budget. I'm going to go back to this Five of Pentacles, which was your first card. These cards are indicating that you are moving towards a better financial situation right now, Pisces, but there is still some work that you're going to have to do in order to be able to achieve that balanced budget. One of those things is doing it's kind of like doing a life review at this time. What works for me, what doesn't? Does my short fuse serve my highest good, or do I need to do work on that? Does my belief that I am not good enough serve my highest good, or do I need to work on healing that? Does my belief that I am entitled to having a good life and having lots of financial abundance and freedom in my life, does that serve my highest good? I'm going to take that one. I'm going to bring that one forward. That's a good one. Okay, so take a look at your belief systems right now, Pisces. And one of the things that comes up as well with the balance card is asking for advice and help with both of these situations. Okay, you have what it takes to believe in yourself. Okay, the Eight of Swords. It's interesting that you have the Eight of Swords surrounded by the Balance card and the Justice card. This one's going to get a little bit complicated. Pisces, right now you are on the cusp of moving into a new phase, a new step into your life. For many of you, that may involve letting go of past belief systems. It may involve even what's coming up for me for some of you is going to involve potentially travel or moving around the globe because your current geographical location is not serving your highest good, but only you can decide that. And that is with this renewal card. Like I said, balance card, bring your life into balance, balance your budget, do a lot of balancing. The Eight of Winter card is also known as the Eight of Swords card. When you have choices to make, you may be tempted to say, I don't have a choice. The reality is, you always have a choice. And if you choose not to decide, Pisces, you still have made a choice. You have decided not to decide. You always have a choice. This card, the Eight of Winter, also known as the Eight of Swords, in the traditional tarot, shows a character on the card who appears to be tied up and blindfolded. Why? Who tied them up if nobody else is around? Who blindfolded them? They did. We put ourselves in our own bindings. We blindfold ourselves to that which we choose not to see and not to deal with. This card coming up for you between the Balance card and the Justice card is a really, really powerful message, Pisces, that you are in control. You don't always see it that way, but you are. You are totally in control. You get to make the choices about what you are going to bring forward and what you're going to leave behind. You get to decide whether your budget's going to be balanced or not, whether your life is going to appear to be balanced between work and home life. These are choices that you get to make. Are you blindfolded? No. And if you feel like you have your back against the wall and you have no choice, and so therefore you're not going to do anything, that is a choice as well. Moving into the Justice card. The scales of justice love to be balanced. They don't like being like this or like this or like They don't like being all tippy. They want to be balanced. So the Justice card coming in is reminding you to review all of the details very carefully before you sign or enter into any kind of contract at this time. Before you take the steps forward, make sure you've done your research. Make sure, actually, in fact, I'm going to go on a limb here and say we may even have, which card is it? Eight of Pentacles maybe coming in. Three of Pentacles. Cards that come in that suggest or recommend that you do a little bit more training and seminars in order to make sure that you have all of the information that you need before progressing and moving forward. But either way, this Eight of Swords in the middle of balance and justice is saying you have a choice to make. You are not as powerless as you sometimes believe that you are, which brings me into the Prince of Autumn. And again, this is a card of pay attention to the details. So I'm going to read what it says on the bottom of these two cards. Normally I don't do this, Pisces, but I'm going to do it this time. Why? Because these two cards came out right side by side. The Justice card. Take time to review the details carefully. Eight of Autumn. Meticulous attention to detail. Okay. Both of these cards are indicating, again, that you do have a choice coming up and it's an important decision. And both of these cards are saying, make sure that you've done all of your research and looked into everything really, really deeply before you actually make this decision. Now, normally at this point, I would pull cards for your difficult influences and challenges right now, but I'm actually not going to pull those cards today, Pisces. I'm going to move on in your reading. Why? Because this in and of itself, these 5 cards are indicating that this is what you have on your plate for the latter half of November. And this in and of itself is a challenge for you. You have a choice to make, and it's one that you would prefer not to make with this Eight of Winter. You would prefer to put on a blindfold and pretend like you didn't have to make the decision. But you do need to make the decision. And these two cards are just saying, make sure that you have all of your T's crossed, your I's dotted. Make sure you have all of the information. This card, this renewal card, is indicating this is a beautiful new start and new beginning for you. I'm going to move into messages that the universe wants you to hear at this time, Pisces. All right, let's see what messages. Death is an illusion. It is. I'm not quite sure why that came out or how it's pertinent to your reading, but yeah. And release toxic relationships. See, there is something that you are being asked to release right now. Renewal, release, there's something here that you need to let go of. And when you do, it's going to bring balance back into your life. Let's have a look at what's coming up that's unexpected. Yeah, like you have anything here that you want anymore that's unexpected, right? There's one card there sticking out. Let's see if there's anything else that's going to come out for you. Yep, those three or four cards, 3 cards. Actually, I think there's 4 there. All right, let's have a look. In the order in which these cards came out. Unexpected, you have the High Priestess. High Priestess is a call towards your intuition, paying attention to your intuition at this time. High Priestess is all about something is hidden from you. The answers that you are seeking feel like they are hidden from you. Oh, right. Weren't we talking about the Eight of Winter? And in the traditional tarot, the Eight of Winter, Eight of Swords appears as though someone is blindfolded. High Priestess again indicates that you feel like there is information that is being hidden from you. It's really not. You have access to it. You are in control of that. How do you access it? It's through your intuition, Pisces. The next card that you have, oh my God, I can't make this up, is the Hermit. What does the Hermit tell us to do? Hermit tells us to withdraw so that we can access our intuition. High Priestess and Hermit next to each other. Pisces, yeah, withdraw. You have the King of Wands coming in, King of Fire. This is again an indication that there could be someone coming in with information that you're going to need. Let's go back over here to the Justice card and the Prince of Autumn here. This pay attention to the details. I believe that this King of Wands kings often come in with information for us and advice, indicating that someone in the 3D world, another human being, is going to come forward with some advice or information for you, Pisces. And I do believe that it's going to be the advice or information that you need at this time in order to be able to make this clear, meticulous decision. Oh, are you kidding me? You have the Justice card again. This is the second time in your reading that you have the Justice card. Pay attention to the details at this time, Pisces. It is really important. The other thing that I do want to point out is you have 3 major arcana that just came up in your unexpected. You have 3 major arcana that came up in your what you are focusing on. So for those of you who are unfamiliar with the tarot, the minor arcana are cards that are saying, hey, Pisces, pay attention. Yo, Pisces, I'm going to give you a little poke. Maybe pay attention over here. The major arcana are cards that are going, hey, Pisces, you need to pay attention right now. I know that was a little shocking to the system, but Pisces, this is, I mean, having 6 major arcana cards come out when there's only 3 minor arcana in your reading, there's only 9 tarot cards that have come out so far, is overwhelming. That the universe is really, really saying to you right now, sit up, pay attention. There's information here that you need. So tap into your intuition, go into this withdraw kind of state and tap in deeply to your intuition. Again, judgment, make sure that you are paying attention to all of the details. Your T's are crossed, your I's are dotted. You know, I can't give you legal advice. I am not a lawyer in any jurisdiction. But what I can say, the fact that you have the Judgment card coming out twice, maybe don't be speeding in your car right now, because Judgment card can also indicate possible legal issues coming up for people. So yeah, don't be speeding, don't be jaywalking, don't be going and doing anything silly that may catch the ire of any type of law enforcement as well. Judgment twice in your reading. Okay, we're going to move into your final general overall outcome. We're going to go back over here to the fairies for your overall outcome, Pisces. I've got 4 cards out so far. Is there anything else going to come out for us? Let's see. Oh, one more. Okay. Final general overall outcome. These cards came out first. We have the King of Winter. King of Swords. King of Swords is all about advice. Now, the King of Swords, as I mentioned over here with this King of Wands generally gives you advice that you need to take action on right away, being the King of Fire. King of Swords, King of Winter here, is about someone who's likely to come in to give you some advice. Pisces, this is going to be advice that may be hard to hear, and it's going to be advice that is delivered in a very unemotional way. It's going to be delivered like this is facts. And even though you feel like there should be some kind of compassion on the part delivering the message to you, they're not going to deliver it with any kind of compassion. So there is some advice or news on the way to you that you're going to want to pay attention to. You have the Six of Spring here, also known as the Six of Wands. This card is a card indicating a turnaround. A turnaround from where you thought things were going to be to where they are now. So yes, things are definitely turning around for you. You have the Seven of Winter. As things are turning around, as you're getting all this advice, you've got the Judgment card twice in your reading as you're closing off this chapter in your life. And like I said, I do want to say, Pisces, I'm really feeling like you're closing off a chapter in your life that it's long overdue for you to close this chapter off and live your life differently. But as that is happening, this Seven of Winter, also known as the Seven of Swords, comes in, and it may feel like you are skating on thin ice temporarily. You'll notice on this picture, the fairy is skating on what appears to be thin ice. It may feel that way. It is temporary because you have yet another king. You have a trifecta of kings in your reading. I've actually never seen this before. I've never seen so many major arcana come out, and I've never seen three kings come out. You have the King of Summer coming out. As I mentioned twice already, and now here's your third reminder. Kings are about advice. King of Summer is about emotional support, emotional advice, and potentially possibly a partner, possibly someone who's going to come in to help you and support you through this change in this transition. And the final card in your reading, Pisces, I've never seen this before. I've never seen two of the exact same major arcanas coming out. You have the Justice card come out twice here, but you actually have the Hermit coming out again. This is the second time that the Hermit has put in an appearance in your reading. It is the final card of your reading. Pisces, take a break from society. Commit to your spiritual growth. Final card in your reading. That was a lot, Pisces, and I hope that you are in a... That was a feather. That was a feather that just floated down as I was closing this off, which means that I don't know if I think that the camera picked that up, but there was a feather that just floated down. There are angels watching over you as you go through this transition, Pisces. I do strongly sense that and believe that, but you need to commit to your spiritual growth here with this and your dedication to meditation. Again, High Priestess coming in here. You have so much support. I mean, I am in awe of the amount of support that you have coming in with these three kings. You have the King of Swords, the King of Cups, as well as the King of Wands coming in here. You have so much support around you right now that it's a beautiful time for you to be making this transition and this shift. Leave the past where it belongs, Pisces. Move forward and embrace the future. I greatly appreciate each and every one of you. I hope that you will consider giving the video a like and subscribing to my channel. And I hope that you will allow me the honor of doing your next reading for you at the beginning of December.